This is a Whirlpool Cabrio washer. I am recalibrating it. I've never seen a video that shows the entire calibration and what the machine actually does, but it is kind of neat. So I put it into the diagnostic mode and it's recalibrating everything. The reason is we're off grid and we have one water pump and it lost water pressure because somebody turned on the sink and it went fluey and displayed code 68. Code 68 is a water pressure issue. So we have to recalibrate the entire machine. But what I want to do here is make a video as it goes through its paces so you know what to expect. Lit up like a Christmas tree. Everything's lit up. There is a bearing kit available where you can replace the main plastic tub bearing with a much better upgraded metal bearing. I would only do this if you're planning on keeping the washer for a really long time. Parts are available for these washers. If you replace the control motor and a thing called a splutch, it's generally pretty reliable. It's not a good washer for off-grid use. If you lose power on a Whirlpool Cabrio, especially this one, it will start over and it'll wash again and again and again. And I've heard stories of these washers running for 4 or 5 hours. So you got to keep an eye on it if you're going to try to use it off grid. So now what it's doing, it's spinning the tub. And sorry for the lengthy, long video, but that's what I think we need to see. Okay, now it's adding water. It's checking all the water valves. It's flashing the control panel lights in a sequence. The hope is that it gets through the entire calibration process and doesn't throw another code. When these washers throw a code, they will lock the lid with your wet clothes inside to try to get you to call service. And that can be really expensive, especially for something that you can fix yourself. There's a whole bunch of videos online on the repair of these washing machines. This Whirlpool Cabrio, this Amana washer, they both have the same procedure for calibration. So we're back over here, we're waiting. And I believe when it gets to this, it's actually done. Alright, let's find out. Let's hit the pause button. No, what's the power button? Okay, let's hit the power button again. See if it works. Looks pretty good. We got a 68. That's not good. It's not happy about the water. But let's try a normal cycle and see what it does. It might be confused. sitting there with the 68. It just locked the lid. And on these washers, the lid lock switch is a major source of failure. You cannot bypass it. Besides it being a hazard, the microprocessor on the control board don't like it. If you're really good with electronics, you might be able to add a relay and some other stuff to fool the electronics. That is possible. Right now, what it's doing, it doesn't have clothes in it, but it's sensing the weight of the clothes. It has a tachometer feedback signal. On the main cog in the bottom is actually an optical sensor, and the control board has to get feedback of the drum speed. Without the feedback, it will shut down. This particular wire, a rodent had chewed the tachometer wire, and it wasn't getting to the microprocessor, so it would just shut off. Troubleshot it, replaced the wire. It worked for a little while, and then it broke the wire on the drain pump. So repaired that, and then it turned out the wire broke again. Repaired that again. And so far, so good. Little concerned about the estimated time remaining at 65. But it looks like we're getting somewhere. Just putting water in. These are AT washers, high efficiency. These washers will wash clothes with very little water. So what we want to see is if it gets into the wash cycle without crashing. We got water going in, and what it tries to do is wet down the clothes really good as it spins the drum around. This is good exercise. This washer has had a brand new clutch and a brand new control shift motor. The shift motor, what it does is engages your agitator wash plate versus your spin function. The way this machine agitates is kind of odd. What it actually does is it runs the motor clockwise, counterclockwise, clockwise, counterclockwise to agitate, instead of having a dedicated transmission with a whole bunch of gears in it. Okay, it stopped with the water. There we go. We look pretty good now. And this is what this washer should look like. Don't be alarmed if there's almost no water in the washer and it's beating your clothes around, but it gets the clothes amazingly clean. We have pets, so I elected to go with 2 washers in this laundry room. And I'm going to be stacking an additional clothes dryer, because when you have pets, you can have a mountain of blankets and clothes to wash, because you know what pets can do. Alright, so we've seen enough of that, so we're going to hit the pause button. And to reset it, turn this knob backwards. If that doesn't work, turn the power off. It activates the drain pump if it's working right, and it's going to pump this water out. When the sensor, there we go, when the sensor senses the drum is empty, it should stop. It's not happy because I shut it off in the middle of the cycle. Okay, so to clear everything out, if you have a problem, spin this backwards twice. Now we're going to select drain and spin, and we're going to hit the button. Now this is kind of important. It's going to do the tachometer thing, and the sequence of what happens with these washers is very valuable in troubleshooting what's wrong with it. Alright, so now what it's doing, it's actually trying to figure out how much do the clothes weigh. And once again, I know this is a super long video, not everybody's going to like it, but it may be valuable in troubleshooting a washer. Okay, it's running the drain pump again. We got 12 minutes remaining. Okay, it did that. Now what it's going to do, it's going to spin. But it's going to spin slowly. Because it wants to equalize your load so you don't have an imbalanced load. Then it's going to wait till the drum completely stops. And then it's going to spin again at low speed. Here we go. 11 minutes remaining. Here's that spin. I may be wrong. No, that's your low speed spin. And then it should stop. Now, these washers are pretty smart. It might know it don't have any clothes in there. But with clothes in it, you activate a drain and spin, it'll keep stopping, and that's totally normal. Yeah, it knows. So when it gets tired of this, it might stop, cool its motor off. There we go. And you hear the growl. The growl is because the bearing is plastic and it's starting to show signs of wear. I want to upgrade this washer to the metal bearing kit that you can find online that someone created. Alright, we got 9 minutes left on the spin cycle. It needs to slow down and stop. But see, we still have 9 minutes remaining. So what it should do at this point, when it completely stops, it's going to start that motor up, but it's going to floor it. It's going to go full throttle and give it all it's got and spin like crazy. And patience is so much needed when working on these washers. Okay, it's running the drain pump. Make sure there's no water. 8 minutes remaining. Alright, now it's going to floor it. There we go. And some of these washers have 1/4 horsepower and 1/3 horsepower. This one has the bigger motor. This one has the smaller motor of only 1/4 horsepower. Okay, there we go. And that's basically it. We're going to hit the pause button. Listen to that growl. I tried a little bit of taking it apart, WD-40. It went from a loud thumping to a growl, but that bearing needs to be replaced. And it has to be hammered out. So be prepared to spend half the day on it. But then again, this is an $800 washer. Somebody gifted it to me from a scrapyard. And for $40, got it going in parts. So it's not too bad. So maybe I'll put another 40 in it. And these washers do last a long time if you take care of them and do all the upgrades. All right, once again, you have to wait for it to completely stop. To get out of this mode, once it stops, what you want to do is take your main dial and turn it counterclockwise. And it's one thing with this video, it'll just demonstrate you got to have the patience of a saint to work on these things. And with the regular household, it's nice to have more than one washer, more than one dryer as a backup, if you have the room for it. Alright, the drum has stopped. Let's give it a shot. Okay, don't like that. So we'll turn the power off. Spin this backwards. Okay, now we're in normal. Let me give it a shot to go to the calibrate. Left, 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 right, right, left, right. Nope. Okay. Okay, there you go. It was 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. The procedure's on there. I'm not going to edit this video, but here's the deal. When you get it to this mode and these lights are just blinking, here's what you want to do. You want to rotate your dial until the wash light's illuminated. The wash light is illuminated. Only light here. Hit this button. Pause button. Now, as you hit the pause button, you can see it's scanning. What is supposed to happen here is this washer is supposed to recalibrate itself. So, it just agitated. Running the drain pump, and these are noisy washers. They're a noisy beast. Might be hung up. Okay, it did that. It's done with its drain pump. Okay, it passed that test. Now it's lit up like a Christmas tree. As you can see, we got 88 on the dial there. That didn't happen last time. We were stuck with that 68, which is an error code. If it's got an error code in memory, it might not work right. We're in the middle calibration process. It's reading drum speed. Anytime you replace a part on these washers, you need to recalibrate it. Otherwise, it could make a racket and may not work properly. Recalibration solves a lot of problems. These washers hate to have their power interrupted. If you have a power failure and you're in the middle of a load of clothes, you might want to recalibrate. It could save you a lot of money on a service call. Okay. Spinning the drum here. Still, everything's lit up. And this video, we're at 19 minutes. But maybe it needs to be done, because I've never seen a video this long that shows a washer calibrating itself. Okay. So the drum is slowing down. Okay, lid lock is on. It's pulsing the water valves. Okay. And then when you get to this point, test is complete. Power off the washer. Now, power it on. Select a cycle. Let's go with normal. For some reason that 68 is still there, but I'm going to try a load of clothes and see what happens. Thank you for listening. This is the longest video I've ever done and probably the most boring, but hopefully it'll help someone.